Greetings, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is Tyra Lade, your Goddess Guru. And y'all know I love helping the women, the sister friends, align with their life purpose using the Goddess-centered lifestyle, ancient wisdom. Hey, how y'all doing this morning? I'm not gonna lie, I jumped on here gangster-like, baby. Because whenever I schedule in YouTube, you have to go on by a certain time. And I thought I was like right at that moment. So I was just like, go live, baby. So I'm actually sort of like trying to get it together. But you know what? I know that the other sisters will be coming in. I know that y'all will be coming in. So it takes a little bit, just a little bit of time for everybody to get here. So yeah, let me pull up for us. I just want to look at the astrology for the week a little bit. And I also want us to, where's my calendar? I also want us to do just a little bit of energy work also. Let me know if you are here. Always much love to the hashtag replay queens. How is it going? I have a couple of things I want to let y'all know about. And so, yeah. Let's get the show on the road. What is this called? Sistership Circle. I'm excited to share with you all what I've been working on. I don't do a good job of keeping y'all posted, I've learned. And I think that's something that is important. So many of y'all are wanting your own businesses, whether it's a side hustle or if it's, you want to go full time. And I need to do more with talking to you all about that because, you really need to hear other people who are doing that, who are entrepreneurs, have their own business, their own side hustle, so you can understand the mindset that it takes and all that. Greetings. How are you, Mystic Storm? Yay, Mystic Storm in the crib. I'm well. I am really well. Yesterday was a little bit rough. I guess I would call it like an eclipse day. I just woke up in so much doubt and just questioning myself and feeling like I don't know. It's like all my demons came to the top at one time. Probably every fear or doubt that I could potentially have or have had long term throughout my life. Just came up yesterday. I was like, oh my gosh. But by the end of the day, I was doing much, much better and have awakened up anew today. So thank you for asking. I appreciate you. Okay. So I do want to start off with just sharing a couple of things with y'all. You can see in the ticker tape that I have coming up a special circle. I'm going to have 3 circles this month. Okay. I guess I should go in order. Let's go in order. Where is it? Where did I put this? Oh my God. Okay. So the first one is going to be on this Saturday. And I know, I could do such a better job of, letting y'all know what is coming up. But yes, so this is the Sagittarius full moon circle. And it is this Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And it'll be right here on this channel. Okay, so I see now, because let me tell y'all, this is what I've been doing. I just want to let y'all know, this is the life of this entrepreneur. I was like, I've got to fix this right now because I'm getting ready to go live and I need to let y'all know that I am doing this. So let me make sure I'm on the right one. And so let me see here. The wrong time is there. I will fix this time. I'm not going to try to fix that right now. So it's not today. It is going to be this Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern time right here on this channel. We're going to do our full moon circle. Y'all know we always be circling up. So yeah, join me, join me, join me. And let's see here. Then the other thing I want to show y'all is this company, Sistership Circle. I've been going through their certification, and they have a certification. I don't know if y'all have noticed that I've been doing more circles, and I don't know if y'all can see that things are improving in how I lead circle. So we're going to have a Soul Sister Day. It's like all these circles around the world, because it's an international company based, founded by somebody from the US. But I have been going through their certification to be someone who can run very potent and healing women's circles. And, I love that it's all about, this divine feminine leadership. So we're going to have a solstice circle on June 18th. Actually, it's just really fascinating to me that that's the same day that I celebrate becoming a priestess of Yemonja. So I hope that y'all will join me for that circle. And I just put, hey, Felicia, how are you, Queen? I just put a link in the comments, but I'll do a better job of sharing as we go. Okay. So, okay, I won't post on Facebook. Anywho, and then right before, once I was like, okay, I got to let them know about all the circles. I need to start talking about this now. I just straight up built this page this morning because on the 25th is going to be the next new moon retreat that we're going to do. This one is in Cancer. So, I love all of my retreats to be healing. I mean, it's a retreat. I love them to be where you come out feeling so loved on, nourished, lush, healed, whatever, whole. But oh my gosh, it's Cancer. Okay. So yeah, we need to come together and get ourselves reset and ready to go with the next new moon, which is going to be Cancer. Let me see. Is there anything else I wanted to tell you all about? I think that's it. So let me just get rid of the music. And let's go on ahead and start, doing some work to kind of bring our energy together. And I forgot to say, for the new moon retreat, good morning, Eileen. Good morning, Sharmika. So glad y'all are here. For the new moon retreat, if you look down in the comment section, there is a link to get the $10 off. I always offer that, well, it's in the one for Sagittarius now that I think about it, but I'll put it in this video now that I mentioned it. But yeah, it's just, a bonus that I give for you all who take the time to watch my videos, because it matters. And, just want to offer that to you all. Except for the ladies who are in the one-to-ones with me, y'all are automatically included. Okay. So let's go on ahead and start with the astrology, because I'm sort of heady right now. And then we'll go into doing a little bit of energy work and mindfulness. So let me just pull this up. How has everybody doing? How are you all doing? How has the week felt to you thus far? Let me add this calendar to our stream. So, this week has been super cool as I see it. Now, we did have Saturn turn retrograde, and I think I talked about that a little bit last week. I talked about that a little bit last week. So, wherever Saturn goes retrograde, that actually is a time, because when Saturn goes retrograde, and the reason I'm mentioning this is because we're still sort of in that Saturn retrograde energy. Okay, what I'm gonna do is move this right here. Y'all can see I have way too many open tabs, but that's because I was hustling to create all of these pages before I came on. That's the life of an entrepreneur. That's what I was telling y'all about. The life of an entrepreneur is you just make stuff happen, and it starts off like really stressful and hard, but then after a while, you're just like, okay, let me just get this done because I know it will really help me in the long run as somebody who is self-employed. Um, and then the other thing that I was saying is June 18th for that Soul Sister Day is gonna be um it's June 18th is what I celebrate as my priestess birthday, my Orisha birthday, I guess you could say. My Orisha birthday, um, when I initiated into Yemoja. So that's gonna be 8 years. Oh my gosh, look at me. I'm gonna be 8 years old as an Orisha priestess. Okay, so this week, as you can see, okay, so going back to Saturn retrograde, I love Saturn retrograde because, and I love how y'all talk to each other. That is so beautiful. Just kind of sticking with the theme of being a new entrepreneur, the stressful part. It's just how it is. If you can just hang out with enough people that assure you nothing is wrong when you're a stressed out new entrepreneur, then, you just say, okay, it's just part of it. And eventually it decreases, even though it will always still have its moments, when you're doing something new. Okay, going back to the theme of Saturn retrograde. So, what I want to tell y'all about Saturn retrograde is it is such a good time when Saturn is retrograde because Saturn is a planet that moves pretty slowly. And it, um, yeah, it's a planet that moves slowly. It needs to be slow and methodical and take its time. And it's like, okay, we need to get this done. It's sort of like a perfecting, like it is actually a planet that has to do with mastery. And how do you master something? You do it over and over and over and over. And every time you're like, how do I make it better? How do I get it better? And you just keep going, 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 right? And so when Saturn goes retrograde, it actually is like in its element. Like we're slowing down. See, sometimes Saturn is like, why y'all rushing? Everyone knows, slow down. We need to think about this thing. We need to listen to the plan. We need to make sure everything is good. And so, Saturn retrograde is that time where what is it that you need to work on, that you need to finish, because this is a planet that is about cycles. So it loves to start and finish. And so that's something I want y'all to think about. What is it that you need to finish? And let's talk about it. Oh, Virgo Bliss in the house. Hi, Virgo Bliss. Welcome. Glad you are here. Um, so, I would love to hear from you all. What is it that you're like, yeah, I need to finish this? So let's see when. So look, I'm just showing y'all this because I'm letting y'all know, like, I just get on. I created that this morning in order to create, where is it? In order to create this. And I'm gonna upgrade this or, update it or whatever. But I'm just gonna close that out. This is the life of an entrepreneur. And I think I'm just gonna have to start talking more about that because it's just so many of y'all I know want to, even if you don't go full on self-employed, you want your own business and you want to be making real money at your businesses. And people who are creative and spiritual, we need to know that we deserve to be in this marketplace doing our thing, enjoying our lives. And with technology the way that it is, um, yeah, there's no reason for us not to. So we have Saturn it went retrograde at the 25th degree of Aquarius and it's not gonna move off of that 25th degree until June 22nd. If you have anything from, like, 20 oh my gosh. I always love it when I do these things and I figure something out about my own chart. If you have anything between 20 oh, let me see here, 23 no, I'm good. 23 to 27 of Aquarius. That's intensity for y'all. Leo, you might be feeling frustrated if that's you. If you have something at between 23 and 27 degrees of Leo, you might be feeling like, "Oh my gosh, there's so much pressure." Aquariuses might be feeling pressure if you feel like if you have Saturn at that point in your in one of those degrees on your chart. Also, anyone in Scorpio who has something around the 23rd to 27th degree, you could be feeling like a lot of pressure. But it's like the kind that's like, get your butt into gear. Let's see here. I said or Taurus. If you're a Scorpio or Taurus, then Saturn at the 23rd to 27th degree, it could be making you feel like, man, it's just been like a lot of work, a lot of pressure, and you can't just sit on it. It's like something is activating you. Um, and so, the air signs, you might be feeling like you have if you have something at 23 to 27 degrees of Gemini and Libra, you might be feeling like so focused and I'm going to get this done. And you just feel so good if you're working with someone who is like a master at what they do. If they're like, "No, do it again." That's not what you need to do. You need to do this to get it better. The Geminis and the Libras might just be like, "Right now, I'm good with that. Come on, bring it, bring it, bring it." Because it's in a position called the trine. And so the trine makes things more like flow and ease. And, some of the Geminis and Libras might be like, I got all this that I need to do. I'm moving, shaking, candlestick, making baby. I'm feeling good about myself, right? And maybe even some of the Leos and let me see here, Leos and Sagittarius from 23 to 27 degrees, you might be feeling like, I sort of feel like things are going in my favor, but you'll have to work a little harder at it, but you'll feel that inclination. So, it's a blessing. Now, I want y'all to think about what do you need to complete. Now, you have until the 22nd to get a lot of clarity on what needs completing. Um, so that's important. I think that's very important for you all. And let's see here. I was looking to see when is Saturn gonna go direct. So if you have something that you need to complete, Saturn is going to be retrograde until October. And it'll go retrograde on the 18th degree. Okay. So I would even say, let's see here. Yeah. Starting in October, if there's a goal that you have to finish something, m- especially if it's something you already started, or maybe it's not something that can be completed in just, what is this, like 4 or 5 months? But you want to make significant progress because remember it's in Aquarius, so you can make some progress. So what I say is it would be great if you could make that progress or have a goal to complete things by October, because then Saturn is going to start going forward again. Now, I will say once it starts going forward, then that's another time that you will have. So it'll go forward. It'll start moving. Let's see here. The December, it'll just be getting to so like December to through January. So uh excuse me, October, once it starts moving forward up through January, it's gonna cover those degrees again. And so once it starts covering those degrees again, then it's like even more time to be making sure that you're going to be completing something. So it's like two waves of completion. This time might be more of like, dang, I know I didn't finish that. I really need to do that. Maybe you need to get that motivation, put on some hypnosis, do some mindfulness work, whatever it is, go get a coach, whatever it is you need. Then with Saturn going retrograde, it's probably something you started, maybe you've been avoiding it, and now you're like, no, I'm gonna hunker down and I'm gonna finish this, or I'm gonna make this much progress from now, was this June through October, through the end of October. And then once October comes and Saturn starts moving forward, then you'll be able to um, start looking at, uh, let's see here, maybe it's a second wave of completion, or maybe it's like you're going to master it better once, with that second round of Saturn crossing those degrees. So I just want to tell y'all what I'm talking to y'all about is how you live astrology, because we can get all these reports and they are good. Let me tell you, I be listening to me some astrology every week. I'm always like, what's going on? I'm listening to other people who do astrology because they're going to share something that I didn't think about or whatever. So, I get my hodgepodge week by week, month by month, day by day. I would look at my astrology. But how do we live it and we make it really work for us? So the other thing I want to tell y'all is, y'all remember leading up to 2020, for those of y'all who are with me before 2020, I started talking about how 2020 was going to be a beast of a year. And that was me just listening to other astrologers before I fully understood it. And I was like, this is what they're saying. But then I began to understand astrology and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't predict what's going to happen. But I knew it was going to be a rough year. Also, I knew that the top of 2021, I knew 2021 was going to be a hard year also. Um, 2022 has had its challenges, but I think a lot of us feel like, there's still the ups and the downs, but it's sort of like we're like gathering ourselves. We finally have kind of caught our breath, and now it's like, okay, I know it's still a whole bunch of stuff that's like not together, but we're in a brand new world. We have a whole new way of living. So many of us, so much has changed in our lives, and whatever, however that looks for you. But we're sort of like used to the new normal. And I was talking to one of my teachers, and she was like, yeah, with that, what did she tell me? Yeah, Pluto, we were talking about Pluto going into um, Aquarius next year, and Saturn is moving into Pisces. I think it's going to be just a few days that both of them, even though they're very far apart, they're going to both go into Aquarius. And then, or they'll both be in Aquarius. And then, like within a few days, Saturn moves into Pisces. So when we have those huge shifts like that, um, it's extremely disruptive. I don't want to sound hyperbolic, but it's like, seriously, I want y'all to take this very seriously. Okay. I have a trip planned around that time. I'm a mentor in this thing called Manifestation Babe Academy. And for doing that, she's given all of us this trip to Tulum, Mexico. And I was like, I'm going to have to contact Victor, my astrologer, and have him do a horary. I don't know if y'all have heard of horary astrology, but I'm gonna have to do that horary question to find out, what's the advisability of me going on that trip. Because like when planets make huge shifts like that, we're gonna feel it because it takes you into a whole new, it's like you're in a whole new world. We've been just so comfortable with Pluto in Capricorn. And it's been doing what it does. 2020, trust and believe in part is due to Pluto. Okay. It was so much going on with Pluto that year. I was just like, I don't know. I don't know if I have it in me to deal with Pluto right now. But I had it in me. We all made it. Here we are. Um, so Pluto has been doing what it does in Capricorn. And so now it's gonna move into Aquarius. And why is that important? Like, if we haven't seen the importance of Aquarius, we got to get on that. Okay. So, Aquarius is the sign. So, whenever planets meet and, it's a new beginning, then it's it's the sign of a new cycle. And that's why 2020 was so hard. It was so many meetings, like Saturn met Pluto, Jupiter met Pluto 3 times. What else happened? Saturn met Pluto, Jupiter met Pluto. And then I know at the end of 2020, Saturn and Jupiter met, which is like I think it's called the Royal Conjunction. And they met at 0 degrees of Aquarius. What is the 0 degree? The 0 degree is a degree that has to do with like for sure a new beginning. It is the most pure energy of that sign, the 0 degree. And so they met at 0 degrees of Aquarius, which then heightened the energy of Aquarius. And yeah, it just like really brought this energy, um, you know, it ushered us even more, let me say it that way, into the age of Aquarius. Because ages, it takes a little while. We don't just pop into an age. It's like there's a crossover. It's sort of like a fade in, a fade out on our music. And so, the age of Pisces is fading out and the age of Aquarius is fading in. And so we're living, part of the reason it's so wild for us right now is we're not full on in an age, but the way we're seeing automation and so much happening online, and big tech companies here in the US, I don't know about other places, are becoming more and more powerful. Just so much about Aquarius. All this, all the political topics, all of the activism that is amping up more and more. In my mind, it is, because I keep up with activists, but um it's just new age, space age, all these kinds of things. This is what Aquarius is about. So why am I talking about this right now? Well, we're sort of like we've had a chance to kind of like catch our breath, get a little bit comfortable, because when that starts happening next year, so then Saturn goes into Pisces, and it's just going to bring up, it's going to like rock those of us who are Pisces, for instance. It's going to be a little bit challenging for the Virgos, if I'm being 100. Not the whole time, but some of the time, depending on how much you have in Virgo. And it's just going to bring up, Saturn is going to come into Pisces like, we getting ready to get this together. We getting ready to get it together in Pisces. Wherever Saturn is, Saturn comes in like, you know what? Big mama home. Okay, that's how we see Saturn. Big mama. We getting ready to get this together. So this time of Saturn retrograde, I advise you to get it done. Don't act like you have a lot of time. And it's not about when am I going to die. It's just make the most of your time, because you want to be so set that you're unshakable, you're unmovable, or immovable, no matter what you see pop off next March. Because it's going to be a shakedown next March, especially with Pluto moving onto that 0 degree of Saturn and of Aquarius. Okay, because that's where Saturn and let me tell y'all something else. Saturn and Jupiter met there, and I have to go back and look, but I think Venus and Mars met on the 0 degree. Let's see here. Venus, when did she go into Aquarius? So Venus and Mars met at the 0 degree of Aquarius on March 7th. So I say to you, go look at March, around the top part of March, and what was going on for you at that time. Go look at, this happened around December. It was like around the solstice of 2020. All of this is going to be giving you some clues as to what this 0 degree of Aquarius means for you. And then you can begin, and maybe what we'll do at some point is just to do our research on this 0 degree. What does it mean for each one of your signs, your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign? If you don't know your time of birth, we'll just use your Venus sign. Or if you have a house that has a lot of planets in it, we can look at it from there. But we want to go on ahead and make sure that whatever we need to take care of, what do you need to take care of? What do you need to finish between now and October? Be about that business. I don't care what's going on out in the world. If there's something you need to do your part to help it, do it, and then get back to what Saturn is saying. Let's get this done, people. Let's make some progress, right? If you're bored, if you find you're just doing things that actually aren't in alignment with your destiny, remind yourself March of 2023 is coming. Okay. 2021 was very, very difficult, in part due to Saturn. Y'all, we're not going to sleep on Saturn, okay? Saturn will get you to where you want to go. What do you want to achieve in your life? Saturn will get you there. And so we want to use that time to make it happen. So let me see. I've been just going on and on and on. Thank you, Sharmika. Aquarius sun with Saturn and Aquarius. Oh, you're having a Saturn return, or did you already have your Saturn return? Mystic Storm. So Mystic Storm is getting hit up, y'all. Okay. Virgo Bliss. I decided I'm going to hold off on my business for a while, thinking about closing the whole store because I'm not making any money and too much money in to not be making any. So I'm a sell what I have good. Let me tell you, part of success in business, Bliss, is making a decision, And then I encourage you to look at what were you doing and to go find people who are doing this kind of business that you have and see what are they doing to be successful. In NLP, that's one of the things that we talk about quite a bit, modeling people who have already done it. I'm definitely taking action to understand astrology more so I can live better with it. I love that, Shamika. In transition, Felicia. How long does the ages, I think, are 2,000 years. I think the ages are 2,000 years. I'm just going to pull this out so I can click around a bit. There's a video that helped me to understand. And one of my astrology teachers she got her channel back. I was like, go, Lada, go. I want to see if I can find this ages video. And then here's the one. I actually share this with the ladies in my spiritual aspirant. I want to show y'all that too. My spiritual aspirant initiation. And I posted this on my social media. So if you've seen my social media, then you've already seen this, but I'm just so proud of. Well, actually, April, the super VA, created this. Eileen, can I show your certificate? Eileen won't care. Eileen won't care. I say that, but I probably should ask her, but Eileen is one of the chief members of this community. So y'all congratulate the ladies who have been a part of the spiritual aspirant initiation. And Eileen is one of the ones who has finished as a spiritual aspirant. So anywho, this video right here is the one that the age of Aquarius. There might be another one, the next 2,000 years for him. Yeah, there might be another one on hers where she talks about the ages, I think, in this video also. Let me go back to the calendar. But anywho, I'm pretty sure they're 2,000 years. And the Vedic astrologers, see, Lada would say we are in the age of Pisces. moving over to the age of Aquarius, which I can see that. And then the Vedic astrologers say we're in Aries moving into Pisces. So the ages move the opposite of what we would imagine the astrology wheel goes in. And so, but I can see that too. I can see Aries. And this is why I don't haggle over astrology. It's merit to both systems. If, one chart is called sidereal. It looks like sidereal, but it's pronounced sidereal. And then the other one is the tropical chart. They both work. I think the tropical for me is more accurate for personal. And I know people who use it to do the mundane astrology, looking at the world. And it's accurate because my other teacher, Victor, he uses tropical. But then, a lot of the Vedic astrologers and what's that other one that's called? Babylonian, I think is another one that uses sidereal. Um, their stuff is on point. I think sidereal, the ones that use sidereal, they way accurate when it comes to like what's going on in the world. Um, so let me see what else. Seems like something is always difficult for us Virgos. When we have a break, we got to take it full force. Yeah, it won't like if you only have one planet in Virgo, then it would be a period of time that will feel sort of like not comfortable. But if you have a lot of planets in Virgo, that's when it'll feel more challenging. But Saturn in Pisces is not going to make the Virgos feel bad the whole time. So let me give y'all a little help. But it's going to get the Pisces together. Let me tell you that. Pisces about to get together once that happens. Hey, Natasha. Virgos, it's going to be okay. Good morning, Natasha. I don't like doing all the things everyone is doing. Everyone wants to make jewelry, so I'm good on that. I feel like my spirit team has been telling me to move forward with healing and just use your own energy. Okay. I think that's a great decision. Again, part of business is make a decision. Oh, a lot of men have been coming your way. That's good because men need to be spending a little bit more money. A lot of times I don't know, they're made of something, the testosterone or whatever. They're just built differently from us. So uh, I love it. Yeah, congratulations to Eileen. Let's see here. Okay. Glad you're here in the room, Natasha. Glad you are here. Okay, so today is Wednesday, so this Mercury trine Pluto is definitely already in effect. So Mercury, this is March. Let's look at June. Mercury is, it's moving direct. So it is not super fast yet. So here we are at mm, today is the 8th, 26, 27, 28, 29. So from today through Monday, pretty much Mercury is going to be trine Pluto. Yeah, Mercury will be trine Pluto. And so whenever Mercury is trine Pluto, it has a lot to do with empowerment because Pluto has to do with transformation and empowerment. And so a trine is something that is like support, blessings, open yourself up for some opportunities. I see a trine as an opportunity. And Mercury is about the mind it's about skills. So one thing that I think is important because we are in Gemini season is for us to um, open ourselves up to being using our skills. Like, are you using the skills that you have to empower yourself? Sort of like what Virgo's talking about. I mean, Bliss is talking about. Um, you know, she's going to use her jewelry for her. Or she's finding because both of these signs right now can be related to money and success, or these two planets meeting because um, Mercury is in Taurus. Taurus has to do with resources and money, material manifestation. And Pluto is in Capricorn. Capricorn has to do with success and is actually a very driven sign. It wants to be very good at what it does and it wants to make good money. And so, and it's an earth sign. So I think this could bring about material manifestation. What I would do is because Pluto is retrograde, Mercury is retrograde, I think I might would um look at maybe there's some idea for making money or dealing with your stuff. Because, Taurus has to do with your stuff, your like what you own, your belongings. Um, you know, some idea came to you about resources and you haven't fully worked on it, you haven't finished it. But it's a really good time to act on, feel empowered, because that's what Pluto is, to act on something regarding money, resources, your belongings, but also health and wellness. Believe it or not, Capricorns, they really, I don't know if I've ever met a Capricorn who isn't a little bit like health focused in some kind of way. They may not be like Virgo, but they definitely have their own way of being very natural. And of course, Taurus is about self care and nurturance. So I think it's important for us to maybe take work, operate on ideas that will help us to be healthier in our bodies and our minds. And maybe we have felt powerless to do something about it, and we need to go on ahead and do it. Some of y'all need to just spend the money, pay a personal trainer, pay a dietitian. Um, yeah, work with someone who's a master, but you'll feel inspired to do this. Um, yeah. But the other thing too that I would do is I would use this time, like, if you've been feeling challenged in your mental health, it might be time to go and do something radical that is going to help bring, healing to the mind, because Mercury is the mind. And I honestly think that this is a really good time for people to wrap their minds around being powerful. You want to have an empowered mindset. Are the words, because um, Mercury is speech. Are the words that are coming out of your mouth empowering you or disempowering you? I would take that time. Are the thoughts that you're allowing yourself to ruminate on day after day after day, are they empowering you? Are they disempowering you? All righty. I don't know why I thought I had. Oh, there it is. I need to drink some water. Let me see what y'all are talking about. Invest in yourself. I love that. Yes, Sharmika. You are aligned. I have been telling them my life story, and they say, I don't know why I'm feeling so comfortable telling my business. Black men specifically, you know how secret yes, they can be very secretive. So that's I'm telling you, that's something you really want to operate and move into, Bliss, because it's not common. I had so much pushback sometimes from Black men. I was like, the ones that's gonna stick with me, they're gonna stick with me once I shift and just say I'm talking to the sisters, because some of them were, like you said, not very open and it felt threatening. So if you are someone who they feel comfortable with, then that's a gift and you got to use it. Let's see here. Make healing jewelry. The right people will come for it. Yes. Jewelry is not the end all be all, but it can be if it's for your mindset. It's interesting that you're saying that, Eileen, because sometimes I get so fascinated at just like different industries that are out there, and jewelry and makeup, all of that fascinates me. But I honestly think that that's just like a part of humanity. We've always done things to adorn ourselves. And so, um, you know, our modern day people, we're no different. So yeah, I think that I personally love buying jewelry, but I can only wear certain types of jewelry. Yes. Invest in yourself with no apologies. Okay, so I think we got that one down. So next is Venus conjunct Uranus. Oh, that's going to be fun. So in case you weren't here, um, just know this Saturday, and just forget what this says. I have to update the time, but this Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern time is our full moon circle right here on um, YouTube. And um, so yeah, we'll be meeting on the same day as Venus conjunct Uranus. I'm excited about them all. Venus is women, Uranus. Okay, so remember, this is a conjunction. This is a conjunction. I'm going to write about this in my newsletter. I started my newsletter last night, but I'll go on ahead and talk about it a little bit here and break it down by uh, Earth's, the elements actually is how I do it in my newsletter. But Venus is conjuncting Uranus. I think this is a really big deal. I know it is. Um, what is this called today? Like I have to memorize how to pull up certain websites that I go to all the time. So Venus is down here in Taurus along with Uranus. And so once Venus meets Uranus in Taurus, we're back at that moment of a conjunction. It's a new beginning. So new beginnings and things that have to do with Venus, Uranus, and Taurus. So Uranus is a really important planet. It's what's creating such it's creating a lot of change for Tauruses. Venus rules Taurus. Okay. And so Venus for us women, this is a very important planet. Like no matter what your sign is, what your Venus sign is, none of that matters. Venus is one of two feminine planets. So, anytime something is going down with Venus, we women need to pay attention and figure out what potentially could happen for women, and what yeah, okay. What potentially can happen for women, and what potentially can happen for topics that have to do with Venus. Okay. So another reason Venus is important is because Venus is the ruler of the North Node. And we say she's the ruler of the North Node because the North Node is in Taurus. And who rules Taurus? Venus. That's one of the reasons Venus has been like bae this year. Venus is running the show. And I know it looks like, especially here in the United States, things aren't necessarily working in women's favor all the time. These days that we feel like we're fighting to not go back. And that might be the reason why, is because we're being activated. Once we get comfortable, do we always just really feel like we need to do something to make a change or a shift? Oftentimes that happens from feeling uncomfortable. And you can't let yourself sit there, right? So Venus meeting Uranus in Taurus, it happens. well, Venus meeting Uranus is probably going to happen once every 12 to 15 months. So it's very rare. And that she's meeting Taurus here. Well, it's rare that they'll meet, and she'll meet again in Taurus. So it's like this has got to be like the second time she's done this, I think, at least. So it's a new cycle being kicked off. What is Venus? She has to do with money, um, actually emotions, and she has to do with relationships and self-worth, self-value. She actually is about good fortune. So it's like we could experience some good fortune. It's like something we could have some good fortune kick off. It may not happen exactly on that day because you have to remember the cycle is like about 15 months long, 12 to 15 months long. It's really more like 15 months long because she's gonna retrograde. And so um it may not happen day of, but something significant could happen this week, next week, something like that. That's kind of kicking off something regarding any of these Venusian topics: money, relationships, self-worth, self-value, anything regarding women, topics regarding women, um, self-care, all the topics, art, good fortune, emotions. Something could be kicking off, right? And Uranus is this planet that's like, um, you can't actually you can't really know what to expect with Uranus. It's like all of a sudden change. Whatever you thought this relationship was going one way, then it goes another way. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of got nervous. I was like, me and my husband are good. We have survived every transit to my seventh house and his seventh house because he's a Scorpio. Um, and I just thought, well, maybe I don't know, maybe I don't know, maybe he's gonna come back home sooner or something like that because he's been staying with his dad quite a bit. So I ain't gonna lie, I was like, oh my gosh, but it's Venus in Taurus. Venus typically doesn't hurt, but it could create something out of the blue regarding your relationships or regarding relationships in general, regarding money. But Uranus, whenever it activates something, it feels a little bit stressful. So because it's in Taurus, it could create something new, yet you feel like all of a sudden a curveball got thrown to you in topics that have to do with money, self-worth, self-value, your stuff. Some people might all of a sudden just be like, I'm done. I'm getting rid of all my stuff and I'm gonna live in a camper and that's just what I'm gonna do. Because it makes you like it catapults you. Uranus will make you go in a whole new direction that you were supposed to go in, but you weren't going there. But it could kick off a lot of like women-owned businesses online because that's Uranus. It's online business. Maybe, like with Eileen talking about selling her jewelry. A lot of her jewelry is sold online. Okay, I'm gonna wait because I know she'll be like, y'all, I gotta have it like at a certain point, but at some point we'll share her store with you all. Hi, Nexodus. Welcome, Grand Rising. Hi, Zellico. Welcome. Glad you're here. Let me see here. What else? Uranus. I started writing my newsletter last night, so I'll tell y'all this. Quite frankly, could create some type of meeting Venus. It could create. I think it could create a shakedown in the markets. Venus. I wrote in there, so I might change this, but it could create. I do think it will create something regarding the Earth. Like it could create some natural event, big natural event. I don't want to use that word that starts with a D. I just want to say some big natural event um, that could begin to take us in a whole new direction. It could shake up the markets because, both of these planets are related to money. So it could shake up the markets a little bit. Um, so I think if you want a new beginning in that Taurus house, that Taurus area of life in your chart, then this is really good. I think if you're wanting to like jump start your business, this would be a really good one because Taurus is about manifesting. If you want to become better at manifestation and manifesting, this could help jumpstart your journey to cultivating your abundant side, like bringing that more to the forefront instead of having it suppressed in some kind of way. And whatever Taurus is for you in your chart, um, it's gonna help reset things so that you can go in a whole new direction. I'm gonna back up my see, this is such an important uh sign for me. I'm just like, I do my best not to be stressed. I need to go back and look at my last reading with Victor because I'm like, oh my God. Um, I will say it'll probably be at the 16th degree. Let's see here. Yeah, it's gonna be at the 16th degree. So if you have something from 14 to about 18 of Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo, that could be significant for you. That could be significant. Um, some of the earth signs, let's see here. The Taurus, I don't know. Taurus, I don't know if this is not going to necessarily feel comfortable for the Tauruses, but for the Virgos and the Capricorns, okay, here, Bliss and Eileen, here's some good news. This could actually help y'all quite a bit. Now, it depends on if you got something in Taurus or Leo or Aquarius now, you got to look at the whole chart. But if you have planets in Virgo and Capricorn, this could feel like a very energizing and I don't know, it might be like some good opportunity, you roll into it with grace and ease. So, okay, so I'm only bringing this up because I really want to make an encouraging note, okay? I don't share my website enough, being I don't want to step on anyone's toes. I got to do better. So, when we have to I wish I had some Virgo. My descendant is Virgo. That can make home very organized. That can make home very organized. So one thing that we have to begin to do is to shift. Like we are not actually small businesses. For those of us who have a business, we are called micro businesses. Most of us, like it's just us. If you're fortunate enough to get to a point where you can hire somebody because you are just, your business allows you to hire somebody. And when you hire somebody to help you, they will help you go faster, right? But maybe you have one or two people working with you. Um, that's still a micro business. We are micro businesses. I think I don't even know. Anywho, when you're a micro business, you do have to speak for yourself and you have to do it unapologetically and you have to do it because you believe that what you have actually will help somebody. That's probably when we think about Mercury trine Pluto, having empowered thoughts, but you do have to this is why I said hang out with people who talk business, especially whatever kind of business you do, because they're going to help you to understand that's just the life. When you are self-employed, then you or have a side hustle business, you have to speak on behalf of your business, your service, your product, and you have to believe that it actually is going to help the people who are waiting for what you have. And in this day and age where I'm going to speak for myself, but anyone else who agrees, please speak up because small business owners or micro business owners need to hear this. Um, in a time and age where corporate businesses, everything is so corporate owned and run, Um, how do we take our power back? Well, we start investing in each other's business. I'm gonna buy from you before I go to some big box store. So I'm constantly looking at who's making recommendations and referrals about micro businesses. I'm a Etsy lover. I love Etsy. I'll see can I go buy from Etsy or one of the local small businesses that I love supporting here before I go to the big box. I'm not gonna say I don't go to big box stores. I do. But I do my best to make them my last resort, right? And so if I need a gift for somebody, some jewelry for somebody, Imma find one of y'all. Imma find y'all before I go find just some random store on Etsy, okay? So how do we take our power back? We start cycling our money through us instead of sending it into the big box. Now, the reason I'm not completely anti big box is because some of y'all work there. Some of y'all work for some of these big boxes, so it's like I'm just managing, I'm trying to see, but I will never know that you or anybody has a business. No one will know what I do if I don't talk about it. And I have found, Bliss, that the more I talk about what I do, first and foremost, I get more comfortable with it. But then secondly, somebody's like, dang, I needed that. I'll mention I do this, and folks are like, you do what? I didn't know you did that. I want to talk to you about that. I've had that happen too many times to count. And that's just for me coming on YouTube and talking about things. So, you know, I'm actually starting to do business coaching for people who are newer in business than me. Um, because so think about, if you want to work with me, we can talk about it, but my goal is to make sure y'all understand, like, how you have to stand strong for your business, you have to stand strong for what you offer, you have to be unapologetic about it. And when you think about the people that's going out there working in the markets in these countries where it's no big box stores, right? They have to make their money through their skills. This is Gemini. This is what I love about Gemini. It gives us an opportunity to look at, what am I skilled at? The third house, the tone of the third house in our chart is set by Gemini. It is called the house of self-made wealth. You want to start creating wealth? Go to your third house. Learn about your third house. It will help you to understand, this is how I can become wealthy through my skills. That's why it's known as the house of self-made wealth, is because once you have a skill, nobody can take that from you. You can decide, where am I going to go use this skill to make money, right? And so it's just important for us to understand that the ones who live in these countries where they stands, they up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and they are out there, they are hustling. No, 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 no. Come over to me. Come look at mine. You go to the farmer's market and you see all those farmers been out there raising that food, then haul it all the way to the farmer's market. I go and they're just like, come here. I want you to try this. Come by. It's no different from being online. Do you need some support in learning how to talk about your business? More than likely, yes. But once you understand that, when you let people know what you have, you're doing them a service. Somebody goes without. Every moment, we don't talk about what we're doing. And I just made a decision. I tell people, you can buy with me or not. I know what I got is good. I see everybody getting results. And it is my job to make sure y'all hear from people who are getting results with me. But I know that people are getting results with me. I have seen the results of people who say, I want to sign up and I want to work with you. Um, and so if I didn't do that, I think to myself, where would they be right now? What would they do if my godmother had not talked enough and told enough people about what she's the one that told me about the initiation. She was like, I think this is for you. It's your choice. Then that's what I do. It's your choice. That way I don't feel sleazy. I'm like, but what I got is good. It's gonna help you. Um, but sign up or not, you know. That way I don't feel like I'm being pushy. So I'm just saying all of that to let y'all know that selling is service. So you just want to shift your paradigm. Selling is service. You are Virgo bliss. Virgo, health and healing, bliss. Who don't want some bliss? Okay. Virgo bliss jewelry. Baby, you going to step into your health and your wellness. You're going to feel blissful. Feel blissful wearing this jewelry. Come on now, Virgo bliss. Oh my gosh. Okay. Today's retreat has been a lot about chatting. Okay, let me go back up. Okay. So I think what I might do is maybe come on once a week and tell y'all to drop your links into the chat. As a matter of fact, if you have a business, even you, Mystic Storm, if you hear, drop your link. You can drop it to your YouTube channel. You can drop it to Instagram. You can drop it to your website. Go on ahead and just drop your link in the comments. They will show on the replay of the video. If you want, once I end this, come back and drop them in the comments of this video. So maybe what I'll do is create something like that where we share once a week. Okay. I don't see your name. Oh, is that Regina? No, I don't know who's that. I don't see the name for this person, but I do want to let you know I read your comment. Hi, Courtney. My series is at 17 degrees. I'll have to meditate with Ceres and Taurus. Oh my gosh, yes, Ceres and Taurus. I would say for you, Courtney, that would be such a good time to do ritual work that's going to amplify um that. Let me see. The full moon is on the 14th. Yeah, I would definitely be looking to amplify whatever results you want. I would be like full on, like seeing myself there. I would not even think I'm not there. Whatever it is that you want, especially for your farm, I would see it as done. Because, of course, this is so much about the earth and farming. Yeah, solopreneurs. Yeah, we are a whole community. uh, yes, I agree. I agree, Eileen. Yes, Virgo is the sign of service. Yes, and you know, I had this one business coach say, you need to ask yourself how do you need your business to support you? And so if we do have to invest, we have to invest money in order to make money. And we get to decide what that looks like. I'm not saying it needs to be huge, small. I don't know, but I do know investments must be made. But for the most part, that business has to be a part of the reason for that business has to be that it will support you. I service does not mean think about all the services you pay for, all the services you pay for, and you happily pay for them. I don't all the time want to go into the grocery store now. I used to think that's ridiculous. I'm not gonna order my groceries and have them brought out to my car. But now I just feel like, you know what? That's a service I don't mind using. One of my sister priestesses mentioned that she's single. She has no children. She's not married. She just lives, with herself. And she pays for somebody to do her laundry happily. It's like, yes, of course people are going to pay people who offer a service and they'll happily pay. And half the time we are undercharging. I'm horrible at that. I'm working on it. We'll undercharge when they would have paid more. Okay. I do believe there's this thing called the ladder of believability. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna come back, Courtney, because I'm excited. There's a ladder of believability that we have to think about. And the ladder of believability is about you can step your way to where you want to go. If your ultimate goal is something like, I'm just making up a number, 10K per month, maybe for some of y'all 20K per month because y'all already there at 10K. But if you want to make in your business, I'll say 10K per month, then maybe you got to start off with, I just want to start off with making $500 in my business per month, where you're just like, oh, making $500, I can do that in my sleep in my business, like that. Then once you get to 500, maybe you say, okay, I'm going to push myself a little bit and go $1,500 a month. You might just keep stepping your way up. Then you start getting to 5 and 7 and 9, and then you make 10, right? And then you make 10 in your sleep. You don't even think about it. When I think about Catherine of the Manifestation Babe Academy, $10,000 a month would be like a panic attack for her. She probably makes 10K per day. There was this one entrepreneur. I still love this lady so much, even though she's an ancestor. Cece. Y'all, who knows Cece? I think she was called, it was either, I think it's Six Fig Chick or something like that. Cece, I would be in, like, she had this academy, and she would be making these videos that explain how she got to making 10K per month, 20K per month, and like unapologetically showing her numbers and stuff. I'm like, people actually do make 10K, 20K. They talk about like when they got to their 30K per month business, right? But for a lot of people who are new, you never had a business, you weren't raised up with people who live the entrepreneur lifestyle. It does take doing that ladder of believability. But if you never put yourself on that ladder, you won't push yourself. That's how y'all want to know why I show up? I show up because I care. And every time I push myself to make this business take care of me so I can keep doing this. Because if I don't do this, I got to go get a job because I got to make money, right? Um, so I would prefer to make money doing this. And part of what one of my coaches taught me was you must have a business that supports you. You can't feel like you're an employee in your business. You have to feel like, no, me and my business, we have a symbiotic relationship. I do my part to make sure it's healthy, and it does its part to support me so that I feel safe. Um, and so what pushes us to do that is this ladder of believability. We need to not think you need to come out the box making anything other than what you feel comfortable with. Master that, Saturn, master that, and then go to the next level. It does require other things that go with it. It's like mindset, woo-woo, ritual, new moon. All of what I do is how I work my business. I am sitting here today because of all the stuff I do that allows me to be like, no, I'm not going to go get a job because I knew my kids were going to graduate by 2021, last one graduating from high school. I was like, I got to make a decision. Will I go get a job or will I work my business? And I just decided I'm going to do this. And it has made me make a lot of choices. But the number one thing I do is I work my magic, my rituals. Okay, so let's go to Courtney. I'm so excited for Courtney. We got our land last month and we'll be doing our first planting on the 11th. Cosmos are supporting us. That makes me just smile so big, Courtney. I am so excited for you. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you, Courtney. You're the one that's giving me the super chat. Thank you. It is my freaking honor. It is my honor, especially when I see somebody who's working the land. And y'all, let me tell y'all, I am so much into let me highlight this. I am so much, thank you, Courtney. I am so much into the earth. I was thinking yesterday, it's sort of weird to me that um I have been recycling for so long. I don't live in a place that like I have to pay to recycle. I have to pay companies to come pick up my recycles. That like my kids don't have any concept of not recycling. And I was like, wow, I feel still sometimes like a weirdo. But when I was a little girl, I remember I would turn the water on and just leave it running while I was brushing my teeth. And one day I heard this voice say, we don't waste water. For the rest of your life, you conserve water. And I was like, oh, okay. Phew. You know, I was probably about 10 when that happened. So for it to be connected to somebody who is, um, you know, into farming and the earth and a woman, a goddess, and spiritual and, just a beautiful soul, it's my honor. It's my honor, Courtney. So thank you so much. So I don't know. I just really want to encourage you. So let me go here. Congrats to the goddess Courtney. Hi, Queen Marat Rogers. How are you? See, every time a woman is having success in her business, it encourages another woman in her business. So we are so freaking excited for you, Courtney. Felicia's another one of the resident gardeners. Everyone's so excited for Courtney. Yes, I love that. Yes, the skeptic mind more often than I want. And that is so changeable because we're just like Oshun. Just remember, we embody the goddess Oshun, and Oshun is pliable. That's why her metal is copper. So we can become whoever and whatever we want. If we don't want to be a skeptic mind, we don't have to be. Ah. Thank you, Queen Marat Rogers. It's an honor. It's an honor. Yes. Yes. Maybe Courtney will invite us out to the farm and we can come out, help her toil the soil, or at the very least, once the crops come in, ask her where you gonna sell them, and we'll go support wherever you're selling your food to. One thing that I do see, and I honestly think this is important because of that Pluto moving into Aquarius. If y'all came in late, I want y'all to go back and find when I started talking about Pluto. Like this whole video, I was like, I might need to break this one up because this was a good share. So when Pluto goes into Aquarius next year, it's just taking us into a new age, a new way of working. And I honestly believe I used to do this. What do you call it? Mm, I don't know if this is the right word, but like a co-op or something like that, where the farmer grows the food and I buy a bushel, a half a bushel, like all of us are buying like whatever we want. They harvest it and then they come and they're like, "We're here, come get your basket." And then you just go get this basket of food that they would it just all depends on what happened. Like those are the new ways that we are gonna find ourselves. It's this whole movement, this whole wave going in this direction of changing the way we eat, changing our relationship with the land. I know that um Dee over in the UK, she does a lot of food activism in the UK, even though I know the food isn't always seasoned the best, but that food in the UK was different. When I was there, I was like, this is some healthy food. It just didn't seem devoid of energy. When I had to put a little salt on it, but it was just different from what's here, unless maybe you buy, quite a bit of organic. But here in the United States, it's really well, I think this is what Dee is talking about too. It's like they just wanna make money. Like, the food industry is just like, I like smaller restaurants because no, they're about, I wanna serve up a good meal. I'm good with that, right? But the food industry with all of the processed food and stuff, designed to make us wanna eat that food and come buy it, that's some sick and twisted stuff if you really think about it. And so to see somebody like Courtney, hi, peaceful one, to see somebody like Courtney who is taking this big, huge leap of buying land, planting seed, raising food up, and this, you know, just this time is epic. She and the other ones like her, they are going to be in the history books for moving us into this new way of I don't have to go to the grocery store and buy all my food. I can go buy from Courtney. And then with Felicia and Eileen and those of y'all who are talking about planting your own gardens, I think gardening is going to become more popular. I have seen a lot of people who do a good job of teaching people how to start their own gardens. And I keep telling them, don't stress, stick with your business because I don't know what to do and I don't want to think about it. I just want somebody to tell me how do I do, maybe have a garden in pots or something like that. Or, for those who want to go out and like toil the soil, dig it up, plant some seeds, have your own little garden, you may need some help. It's where we are, y'all. So all these micro businesses starting around food and having access to food and taking our power back regarding food and how we take care of the earth and land. This is going to become more and more um, common. Yes, you're welcome, Courtney. My dad was a business owner of a lot of things, and I know I wasn't put here to struggle and be someone's employee, so I got to try harder, no matter how hard it is to keep going. Yeah, and it can be easy. It gets easier, Bliss. I just want to make sure I really emphasize. For me, I think the first 3 to 5 years are actually sort of hard, even though they get progressively easier because you just repeat a lot of certain things, and so you don't have to relearn those. It's just new things you have to relearn or whatever. So it can get easier. It doesn't have to be hard all the time. And but initially you may have to like feel uncomfortable. Be comfortable with feeling uncomfortable in order to get to where you want to go. So I'm cheering for you. I'm cheering for you. Okay, so I think that's what I'm gonna stop with. Our retreat today was going over the astrology, having some business conversations. Don't forget, let me pull this up. It's a couple of things. We're gonna have our new moon circle this um Saturday, the 11th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know exactly. Uh, I don't know exactly what I'm going to talk about because I've still been like playing catch up. But yeah, I want y'all to come and let's have a good time. We really want to take advantage, like I was talking about, of 2022, catching our breath. Haven't looked at all of 2023, but I don't have to. To know that in March, Pluto is moving into Aquarius, and just within a few days, Saturn moves into Pisces. Yeah, we need to go on ahead and we need to get ready. So we need to enjoy our time, have a good time. Let's do this Sagittarius full moon. Sag is all about fun. Just even starting to hit my mind about this is um Sagittarius is the last sign that the eclipses is in, or one of two of the last signs. So it was in Gemini and Sag. So we had this Gemini new moon, which I thought was so important. First of all, that was a good moon. I hope y'all did some work around that moon. For the ladies who joined me, we had a good time. Um, that moon was really important and has brought up a lot of my Geminian topics that have been highlighted over since the eclipses were in Gemini. Well, opposite Gemini was Sag. The majority of the Gemini Sag eclipses happened in Sag. So, what have you been working on over the last 15 months? I am giving you all as an assignment. I want you to write down all of your successes. Actually, since the end of 2021, we had our first eclipse in Sag at the end of 2021. So I want you to write down at least 10 things that you have succeeded at, some breakthrough that you've had, because that's what this moon is speaking through. Two, have you had a breakthrough? How have you evolved and grown and changed? If you know what that Sagittarius house, what area of life it stands for you, then I want you to write down how you have made progress. What good has come through? What revelations have you had? Because that's what the full moon is about. And we're going to celebrate that at that full moon. The other thing is, I am having um, I am now, well, almost. I've been in what's called Sistership Circle, the Facilitator One certification. And it's all about me working to help we women, um, have community and walk powerfully as the divine feminine leaders that we were born to be. And, for us to be unapologetic, just like we mentioned earlier, about whatever we came here to do. And so, yeah, my work is bringing women together to heal and to, be more powerful. And so, we're having this big day of doing circles all together. Well, it's around a certain time. Mine just so happens to be on June 18th, at from 6 to 8. It's going to be here online. And I'll send y'all more information about this, but it's for the solstice. It's for the solstice. So I'm excited about that. And so I hope that y'all come to both of those. And I'll talk to you all about the upcoming new moon retreat. Just put it on your calendar, June 25th. Okay. New moon retreat in Cancer. And I promise y'all the new moon retreats, the retreats that I do like that are more, there's a more ritual than I might do on Wednesday. I didn't do a good job with ritual today. Exactly, Sharmika. We were not put here to toil our entire life. Mm-mm. We sure weren't. So thank you all so much for being here today. Maybe I'll come back later this week and do some energy work with us, because that's really important as I see it. And as evidenced, wherever we feel these blocks, that's a sign. I might need to do a little bit of breath work around that. Okay, so thank you all again so much. I'm going to be putting the newsletter out today or tomorrow. And I hope that y'all come to the New Moon Circle on this Saturday, or at least watch the replay if you can't be here. And I appreciate you all so very much. It's very easy for me to get on here every time I come live, not just on Wednesday, every time I come live, because I love being here with you all. All right. Love y'all so much. And yeah, I'll see y'all very, very soon in a new video. All right. Peace. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. From Queen Marat Rogers. Dear sisters, work through and keep beaming in your divine power, peace, and love to you all. Grateful. Natasha. Yes. You're so welcome, peaceful one. Peace and blessings, everyone, from Mystic Storm Spirituality. You're so welcome, Nexodus. Peace. Thank you to my big sister, the Queen, Felicia.